Well, that's it for me for my movies of 2024. So now I'm going to do my best and then later my worst. So I've done this before, but this is totally new now because I had to make a few minor changes for the list. So here are my top 20 films I actually liked this year. Honourable mentions include Dune Part 2, Beetlejuice, and I think there's another one. But anyway, let's get into my top 20. Okay, so number 20 on my list of best movies is Twisters. I have never seen the original one, but I actually thought this one was actually good. The special effects is very, very good. The acting was good as well. But mostly the cinematography in this movie is actually very, very good. So yeah, that's Twisters. Number 19 is a movie that I am not a fan of. Like, I'm not into body horror films, but this movie blew my feckin' marbles. It blew me away. The Substance. Sorry about the background. So this movie, of course, starred Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, Dennis Quaid, and it's all about this woman called Elizabeth Sparkles, played by Demi Moore, who just got fired from her job because she's now old, and of course the guy, played by Dennis Quaid, is looking for a younger woman to take over. So what does she do? She, of course, gets this thing called the Substance, and of course she takes it, and let's just say that a cloned version of her comes out of her back and all hell breaks loose. So her clone, of course, has to take her place every 7 days, and then she has to swap. But her clone's like, oh, to hell with this, I'm going to just be me. And of course, it goes weary. Yeah, the special effects in this movie is brilliant. The cinematography is outstanding. The acting is really, really good. And the story is very, very good as well. If this film is not up for an Oscar, I am going to be pissed off. But yeah, it's a very, very good movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it at your own risk. But for the love of God, do not eat anything or you will literally puke the food out. That's all I'm going to say. 18 is Michael Keaton's directorial debut, Knox Goes Away. It's called The Contact Killer, I think, on Amazon Prime. It also stars James Marsden as his son Milo, and he, of course, is not your average hitman because the twist is he actually has dementia. Yeah, to top it off, he's got dementia. Yeah, what can I say? I've always been a massive fan of Michael Keaton from an early age. I think he's a very brilliant actor. And the story is really original as well. Like, we never had a movie where a hitman has dementia. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's really, really good. Next up, Turtle Goes Away. This movie is also original. You have Isabella Mercedi from Dora the Explorer movie, and it's about this girl's OCD. That's pretty much the movie in a nutshell, but it was still a good film. Spellbound. Okay, so this movie came out on Netflix and it features the voice talents of Rachel Zelger, Nicole Kidman, Javier Bardem, Nathan Lane is in this movie as well. It's kind of a Disney-ish movie because, of course, Alan Menken and Glenn Stater is also the songs for Tangled are also over this. Yeah, it's a good movie with a little bit of a twist. I'm not going to say, but I thought it was a good film. Despicable Me 4. This one was a bit of a surprise as well. I liked all three Despicable Me movies. Yeah, this one was also a good one. It also has the voice chance as well of Will Ferrell, who of course is in Megamind, which of course is going head to head with Despicable Me back in 2010. And it's got also Sofia Vergara. So yeah, I thought it was a good movie. Bellevue Hill Cops, Axel Foley. This one of course is the fourth installment of Bellevue Hill Cops, which I actually grew up with as well. Yeah, I was always a massive fan of Eddie Murphy. I think he's a very funny actor, and I thought the story, of course, was good as well. If you seen the TV show, the short-lived TV show, it actually makes zero fucking sense. But if you didn't see the TV show, then you should be okay, but that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, still though, it was a very good movie. Panton Peru. This one was also very good as well. It was the third installment of the Panton franchise. Not directed by Paul King this time though, however, but yeah, it was a very, very good movie and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Moana 2. This one was also a real surprise as well, even though it was supposed to be a a TV series of Moana, but of course it transformed into a feature-length film. So yeah, I thought it was a good film as well. The animation was nice. The songs weren't as memorable as the first movie, but still, it was still a good film and it was better than the films I saw this year. Okay, hear me out. I'm a 33-year-old woman, okay? I've got 0 kids, I've got furry kids, by the way, my dogs. But let me tell you, this movie was so emotional. I was crying in the cinemas, I'm not gonna lie. So the whole story is about this girl called Bea, played by, what's her name? Is it Caitlin Fleming, I think her name is? And of course she meets this strange guy called Calvin, played by Ryan Reynolds. And he of course helps her along the way, because she sees these different creatures are all imaginary friends. So like you've got this guy who looks like Grimace, voiced by Sarah Steve Carell. You've got this one looks like a ladybug, played by Phoebe Walker-Bridges. You've got this guy who is a bear, voiced by the late Louis Gossett Jr. Of course, the final film he was in. You even have, I kid you not, Bradley Cooper, Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Matt Damon. Who else? It's even got the guy who directed this movie as well, John Krasinski, who plays Bea's dad, and the one from Harry Potter. If you haven't seen this movie yet, do give it a watch. I loved it, and yeah. It's really quick with the rest of them. Next up is We Live in Time, which of course is coming out in Ireland next month. I saw it, an early screen of it, and thought it was very, very good. It's a little bit confusing story-wise, but the chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh is what makes the film worth watching, so yeah. Hank is ready though. Lisa Frankenstein. This movie is also very good as well. It has, Kathleen Newton and Cole Sprouse. It's kind of like your traditional monster love story. It's directed by Zelda Williams, of course, is Rob Williams' daughter. It was a good film. The Iron Claw. This movie was very, very good as well. It's very, very powerful. I know it came out in 2023, but of course came out this year in January 2024. It's a very good film. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's brilliant. Okay, sorry, my dogs. This one's going to be a surprise for a lot of people. The Idea of You. I saw this film 3 times on Amazon Prime and I actually thought it was a very, very good movie. It's about this woman called Celine, played by Anne Hathaway, who of course falls in love with a guy who of course is young enough to be her son. Yeah, it's a bit far-fetched, but the chemistry between Nicolas Cage-Zine and Anne Hathaway is actually very, very good, and the songs are so catchy. I think I know all the songs off by heart. They're so One Direction coded, because the guy that's over the songs is over One Direction. I thought it was a good film, and yeah. The Fall Guy. This is a good movie too. Inside Out 2, it may be depressing for a lot of people, like kids especially, but I thought it was a very, very good movie, and I hope it wins an Oscar in 2025. Bad Boys Ride or Die. I enjoyed the hell out of this one, because I love Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, so yeah, it's a good film. Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I saw this movie today in the cinemas and I absolutely loved it. My brothers loved it, my brother's best friend loved it, my mum loved it, and I loved it too. Especially, okay, if you're a 90s kid, you will enjoy the hell of this movie because it's got a few 90s legends. You've got Jim Carrey, who plays 2 parts, by the way, and you also have Keanu Reeves, who voices Shadow. Yeah, it's a really, really good movie. If you haven't watched it already, do check it out in cinemas right now. It's very, very funny. And especially seeing Jim Carrey again after 2 years. This guy has been making me laugh since I was 5 years of age. So yeah, I always loved Jim Carrey. Number 2, Wicked. This movie blew me away. I swear to God, I was crying. I was engaged with the characters. The costumes were really, really good. But Cynthia Del Rio, this woman has pipes. This woman, you could say, outshadowed Ariana Grande. She was that good. And if this movie does not win an Oscar in 2025, I will be pissed off. So yeah, I love this movie. And number 1 of my favourite films of 2024 is Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, what can I say about this movie? If you're a fan of like early Marvel's films like X-Men or Elektra or Fantastic Four, you'll get a kick out of this movie. And also it's great to see Hugh Jackman again as Wolverine. You're probably saying, how the fuck is it gonna come? Is he alive since he actually died in Logan? If you watch the movie, you'll find out yourself. But yeah, I thought it was a very, very good movie. And yeah, that's my best movies of 2024. What film is your favourite this year? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, that's it.